Well, I think there's a lot of opportunities out there, right? So some are software-based, some are hardware-based, and I think it's going to be a combination of a lot of different things. You have everything from the Hyperloop tube to the EagleRail light rail to tunnels, and I'm not so sure about drones. Drones for surveillance, not necessarily drones for carrying cargo, maybe small packages. I think there's autonomous driverless vehicles within cities, which are probably good and bad. And then I actually seen all sorts of other small alternatives, but it depends on what size packet, right? So a shipping container is 60,000 pounds, and so you have to be very careful with that being autonomous. And then as you start to break down the pallets and the boxes, I think there's a lot more opportunity for even city robots you see going by, and but I think it's the Wild West right now, right? So we'll see when people get away from driverless into driverless cars, driverless trucks. I think one underutilized resource that may come back in vogue is the ground rail, like long-haul ground rail. I think every country has thousands of kilometers of track underutilized, and so maybe the old ground rail will sort of make its comeback as an autonomous type of technology. Well, I think it's a combination, again, of software for scheduling. I think there's got to be some better gating issues. I think the pick ticket and the actual trying to marry a truck with a specific container, I think is kind of an old model versus a peel-off model where you can get batches of truck that just grab the next container. I think that will solve a lot of restacking issues. So that's number one. Number two, I think alternatives like a light rail, like an EagleRail. I am a fan of the Hyperloop, but I think it's got limited applications because of its speed and the fact that you have to open the container to put pallets inside kind of defeats the purpose of the shipping container to some degree. But we do like that. And again, an undersung hero, which came up a lot in the conference, is blockchain. I think blockchain, once we're all writing data to one common record with the viewpoints that it's validated, and certain people can see certain fields but not other fields, and you can get automatic settling of shipment and payment and documentation. I think blockchain is probably, it had a big burst, it was very high, and now no one's talking about it, but I think give it about another 2 years and we'll all be talking about blockchain again, and especially in short haul. Well, I think there's a double-edged sword of that because you're removing some human touches and some human jobs, but I believe that we can upscale jobs. So while we're taking some of the repetitive things out, so it's a better labor activity, it's safer, it's probably healthier, but we still need some human intervention in there. And so I think what we've learned from automated warehouse is that they can live side by side. And so you don't have to eliminate all the human elements. You actually upgrade and upskill the jobs to oversee the automation. And so we're making better jobs, smarter jobs, safer jobs. And I think we'll have a happier, more productive society if we take some of the drudgery out, some of the danger out of the process, like a warehouse, and bring that to a port. Now, ports are very safe environments. The strictness of the safety of the helmets and where you can walk and where you can't walk is very rigorous inside a port. However, I think there's still some jobs that could be further automated, and I think that'll be a good thing for the industry. It'll make it faster. I think it'll be more efficient, more data-driven, and the jobs won't be as drudgerous, and I think we'll have a better educated workforce overall. Well, everybody could point to the obvious ones like the Rotterdams and the Busans and the Shanghai ports, et cetera, Singapore. I think there's a lot of interesting smaller ports coming up that are going to really challenge that, and that's really exciting to me because when you have a landmass that's so huge, you can kind of design anything, and it's fun to watch a big greenfield project. But these mid-sized ports that have more land challenges and don't have all the excess land and excess talent, excess labor, and excess roads that the big ports do, their solutions I think are going to be very exciting to watch because we're going to watch how they adapt the bigger automation and smart software into a more congested situation, and that's going to be where it's really clever.